What do you got to complain about today? What do you got to complain about today?
I thought we had a meeting at 9.
Oh,
If you'd have read my 12 emails I'd sent out, you would know.
Just ignore
But
it.
he's full of piss and vinegar today.
who is?
The ones from me or the ones from on board?
I thought my meeting was at 8, so.
I did double check that again last night.
Rely on it.
I thought the same thing.
Good morning, everybody. We'll go ahead and get this meeting started with a roll call vote. I am here. Miss Allen,
Here.
Mr. Palin, Miss Naylor,
Present.
Miss White. Approval of the minutes from last month. If there's anything, they'll stand as read. Visitors, county board members, do you have anything? You just here to chill? Great. We'll start with the ROE. Do you want to go first with your report?
Well, Chris, in case you know this, in case you don't know this, Chris actually is in Kansas this week. The Center for Change is getting a therapy dog. So they got the call last week that they had to go down for training. So him and his wife Angie, who works at the Center for Change, went down to get their therapy dog, Oz. So they'll be in Kansas all week training. So he went, "You're up, Michelle." I went, "Thank you." So I know you guys all got his big, long report. But I'm going to talk about that we're in the middle of all our health, life, safety building inspections. To date, we have done 16 districts, including that's public and private. We have 6 scheduled for this month. We have 1 scheduled for December. And then we have 7 districts that we still have to schedule. Majority of those are with the fire marshal, who is a little harder to get scheduled with. But we're just Josh and I are just rolling right along with those. Not a lot of violations. A lot of our schools are doing really good this year. Hopefully that keeps going forward. And then my other thing that I'm involved in is I'm in spelling bee mode for next year. So we're in the process of all our schools that want to participate, getting registered for our spelling bee in February. And so just busy time.
Fantastic, thank you. Anybody have any questions for Michelle? Jen?
Good morning. Well, the assessment office has been busy trying to wrap up all of our changes. I call it the culmination of our year's work, that we're trying to wrap up all of our changes to get them turned over for publishing. So in this next week, we hope to do that. And we have a target publishing date right now of November 2nd, which is a little bit later than we would like, but it's in the realm of where it usually is, from mid-October to beginning of November. So we're on target there. Middle of the county is the townships that will be having their quadrennial reassessment. So Amboy Lee Center, Franklin Grove, Nachusa, Ashton Bradford, Mesa Sublette, including Woodhaven, which hasn't always been the case, but that has come to our attention that state statute requires us to revalue Woodhaven also. So that's kind of a big undertaking. They have a lot of parcels, but we are plugging away at that. And then in the GIS world, Carmen Bowman's last day was Friday. So we are without Carmen, our GIS coordinator, but Sammy Elarifi, who's been with us for about 4 months now, has stepped in, and he's going to be our interim GIS coordinator and has taken over. Carmen spent her last 2 weeks with us, cramming a lot of training with Sammy, and has really wanted to focus on setting him up for success. And so he's been learning a lot from her, and is ready to take on the challenge. And we will be looking at hiring another person. But right now we were really focused on getting him trained and feeling like he is settled before we focus on that piece. So we are going from there.
Yeah, I
Any
know
questions?
the transition period from Carmen leaving was actually very hospital, that they were able to work together, and you guys
Yes.
had conversations with it working, so.
Carmen has gone above and beyond to, like I said, make the transition as easy as possible and set Sammy up for success. I know he is very qualified, has over 15 years' experience in the GIS world and his master's degree in this field. So I think he will be able to handle it. But she's definitely done that. She's offered to continue for a short term of contractual services to be able to continue a little bit more training with him on an as-needed basis and really just make it a smooth transition for him. So it's been working well.
Fantastic. Any additional questions? Nancy?
Thank you.
How far away do I don't want to go too close to this. Good morning. I'd like to give everybody an update on the election world. Early voting is going on downstairs from 8:15 to 4:15, Monday through Friday. We are going to be open November 5th from 9 to 12 for also early voting. We've had quite a bit of a turnout for vote by mail ballots. So that's keeping the girls very, very busy in the election world. And upstairs on the second floor, everything's just moving along just great there. And then I just wanted to let everybody know, and I want to give a kudos out to Ryan in maintenance. We've had an issue with the sewer pipe. I don't know if any of you are aware of that. It goes from the first floor to the third floor. And so the girls in the election department on the first floor have been working with sewer gas smell. So, and the pipe has been replaced. And unfortunately, Ryan's working on it right now because the smell is still pretty strong. Yeah, so I didn't know, just to let you guys know that that's been going on for months down in the election department. So it's been a big struggle. We did air fresheners. We have fans blowing the sewer gas out the window, but it's been a big struggle. But Ryan's been really good with, so right now they're trying to put plastic and cardboard back around it. Because obviously they don't want to put the concrete floor back in and put the box around it if there's still an issue. So I guess it's just ongoing. So I just wanted to keep you guys up to date on that.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Any additional comments, questions? Anything from the rest of the crowd? Wendy, you'd like to do a test vote, it looks like?
I would. So, can you all see my screen up here?
Can.
Yes. All right, so down under unfinished business, there is a test vote of the system, and this is mostly to let Becky and I and Nancy understand how this is going to work. We've been playing with it, but what we don't have, the piece or the component of this we don't have is you all actually voting so we can see exactly how this is going to look. We had some training on it, Nancy, Becky, and I last week. It is a little different than I anticipated, and I'm not quite sure we've got all the kinks worked out. I assumed that you would be able to go into under unfinished business. Do you see test of the voting system on yours? All right. And do you see view approval?
Yes,
Some of you do, some of you do not.
I had to get out and go back in.
Oh, okay.
What did you do? Get out?
I had to go.
You have to
was
close
already-
your board book?
Close the book.
And then
go
get back in.
Oh, okay.
And then it's.
So
there.
that's the hang up there. Wendy, is it? Yes.
That's one of them that we're still working through. But if you can get to the point where you can see view approval, we are being told now by Onboard that you don't, it's set up right now that you won't go vote right within the agenda, but rather you're going to go over to the left side, you know, if you're looking at my screen, I'll show you.
From the-
The pancakes that are here,
Yep.
the stack of pancakes, if you make sure that you can see what's in the stack of pancakes, look for actions. And click on actions. And there should be, and this is something that I don't like. Well, I'm an administrator, so I'm seeing everything. What are you seeing on your side?
Let me see if I can.
Test voting system. That's just
And is that
one.
all you see? Awesome, because you see, I got all these and I have to scroll down. So when you see the test voting system,
I seen that from the actual agenda.
Yeah, but you can vote from the actual agenda. I
I
just
could
voted
vote.
from the actual agenda.
Same.
and did you vote?
I just did, yes.
Awesome.
So did I.
All right, awesome. If you would just select your vote, and it doesn't, this is a nonsensical vote. This is just so that we can see the feedback on our end after this meeting. For those of you who may not be seeing this,
Now, will it post it?
it should, but that's the piece we're still working on. How does that work?
Can-
I see it down here.
I can see it down here. Well, I can see mine down there.
Yeah, so what I'm going to have to do is, or actually it's going to be the meeting clerk is going to make sure that that gets displayed and on board. That's a piece we don't have worked out yet.
Names.
So for those of you in the room that have your tablets out but aren't seeing that, that is because this vote was set up permissioned only to the administration committee. So each committee will be set up, when we set up these motions, it'll be set up that only those who should be allowed to vote are able to vote. Make sense? So we get to the full board, obviously you'll all be permissioned to do it and you'll all be able to see that vote. But right now it's only admin committee was set up to be able to do that. All right, that concludes our test for right now. Obviously, we're going to keep working on that because, Chris, we do want it to display up on this screen. That's a piece that we're still working with
Can you
our
go back to the
contractor.
agenda?
We didn't have to go to actions.
We didn't have to go to action.
Oh, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to know. I will go back.
That calendar? Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even get that. It just came right up.
Mine too.
So right in that agenda item that came up?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's not what our trainer told us. And I was really kind of upset. I don't want you flipping back and forth out of the agenda and
Right.
back.
I had to do it before.
Close it, you had to.
I had to
the vote.
close it and open it. Once
did
you opened it up, I had to close it and open it, but then it was there. So you'd close it and open it before the meeting started.
Then it should be okay. So that's the timing, that's the timing, right, that's the timing we're trying to get figured out here. If we open the vote prior to the meeting starting, then when you all come in, they'll all be set up and ready to go and actually in your agenda. That's the questions that we had. We couldn't see how the timing of this was gonna work, so.
Can you scroll down and see what the
Yes.
results are?
Yeah, I saw them.
There they are.
I could see them on mine.
There you go.
I had somebody that abstained.
I sure did.
She just wanted to see that button.
I just wanted to see how.
I love that you did that, seriously, because then we can see how that works. Now, here's the other thing I don't really like yet, I'm still working towards, is you'll notice that I can see how each of you voted. It'll fit on the screen and you can see that. But I get to a full board meeting and I got 24 or 20 board members, I'm going to have to sit here and scroll down to show how everybody voted. That is not what I want. So I'm still working through that. But these are all things that we want to test in the next couple of months, so we're ready to go. Anyway, appreciate that, Chris. Thanks for letting me go through that.
Come up right.
Yeah.
I think we lost.
No executive session? Anything else for the good of the cause? Make a motion to adjourn?
Sure. Yes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Meeting adjourned.
11 minutes.
And that was with Wendy talking 6 of those minutes, so.
Yeah, right.
Best money you ever
We
made.
want to tell the county.
Over.